And with millions of our teens now texting or using Facebook, some are now acting out or even taking their own lives to escape bullying.
So what's being done to protect so many growing up in a world of peer pressure? Megan O'Rourke got an inside look at how one school is taking a stand and giving many a reason to fight back.
Walking these halls used to feel more like running a gauntlet for Ansonia's senior, Sierra Leonard.
And I used to get called a beaner and have food thrown at me and tell me to go live in a burrito. And
words used like weapons that over time took a toll. Like many bullying victims, Sierra says at first she tried to hide what was going on, but ended up taking her frustration out on the people she loved most.
I didn't start telling my mom that I was getting bullied or about like verbal abuse and stuff from people for like a year. Like, she would be like, you know, why are you cocking an attitude with me type thing, and I'm just like, oh, it's nothing, I had a bad day at school, or, you know, I'm just tired and didn't get enough sleep or something.
Sierra became depressed and angry, started skipping school, and even intentionally tried to hurt herself.
I would, you know, punch walls and bloody my knuckles, and like I said, just sit in my room and kind of feel like I was a nobody.
An outsider who found comfort in a school club ironically named the Insiders.
It started out as an anti-bullying group, and it really from there has formed more into a support group for the students.
A safe place for students to share personal stories. The Insiders meets twice a month during lunchtime.
Basically, I was told that I was worthless.
Today, there's a guest speaker with cerebral palsy who has battled bullying his whole life.
I'm most proud of being a role model.
It's a story many of the kids in the club can relate to.
To me, it's a preventative measure to hopefully understand and if to help the students understand that they're not alone, and to hopefully prevent any extreme situation from occurring.
Extreme action toward themselves or others. Every school shooter in U.S. history has been a victim of bullying. And suicide is the second leading cause of death among kids 10 to 19 years old. This Butler County teen made news after posting an emotional video to YouTube, tired of the constant torment from classmates. She was flooded with supportive notes and has since become an anti-bullying advocate on the internet and at her own school. The state has also gotten involved. Last month, Governor John Kasich signed off on a new anti-bullying law. It requires every district to have a policy, but how incidents are handled continues to vary greatly from community to community. And Sonia is unique.
By the time students make it to high school, bullying has been a part of their lives for years, and not necessarily because they were all victims, but because it's actually part of the curriculum.
Charles Seaver teaches a 9-week-long course on bullying that all of the middle school students must attend. Everything said is confidential, and no one, including us, is allowed inside.
One of the biggest things that I have found, in bullying is that it's not so much the act of bullying that causes the kid to possibly cross the line. It's the fact that he or she doesn't have a place to vent or discuss it.
Seaver serves as a sounding board. His primary role is to listen to the kids, offer advice, and when needed, intervene. It sounds simple, but compared to most school districts, Ansonia is an innovator.
And I think it is a groundbreaking thing, but it amazes me that with the epidemic proportions that we have in the state of Ohio, and I'm sure across the nation, with bullying, because it's so needed. It's truly needed.
Pretty good, yeah.
And kids like Sierra are the reason why.
I felt like I was the problem to everybody's picking on me, or, if I wasn't here, everyone else's life would have been way better off. But it's really not how it is, and I wish a lot more people would see that.
But even with classes and clubs, bullying still exists, and unfortunately always will. But silence is not the solution, and Sierra has finally found her voice.
I never thought I'd be who I am. I figured I'd just be some depressed person, not wanting to go to college, just, give up all my dreams and be like, yeah, I'm going to work in a factory and, struggle all through life. But now it's like I have all these huge goals of what I want to do after college.
And happy to report that Sierra has already been accepted to the University of Northwestern Ohio in Lima and Sinclair. She says wherever she ends up, she plans to pursue a career in nursing so she can continue to help others.